Bonjour tout le monde. Aujourd'hui, nous allons parler de comment utiliser le plus que parfait. Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about how to use the tense called the plus-que-parfait. In English, this tense is called the pluperfect tense. It's a past tense. So the learning intention for this video is to be able to recount past events using the pluperfect tense. Et on peut voir à gauche, on a un parfait qui a l'air d'être plus que parfait. Ok, alors c'est quoi le plus que parfait? Well, to start off with, the plus que parfait is a compound tense, which means it's a tense made up of two different words. Now these words are going to be an auxiliary verb and the past participle of the main verb. So this tense has some similarities with the passé composé when we look at its formation. Now here's an example of a sentence in the passé composé. Now the passé composé we can see is a compound tense. It has an auxiliary, être in the present tense, and it has a past participle. So the main verb of this sentence is aller. So the past participle here is the verb aller. So l'année dernière, je suis allé en France. Last year, I went to France. Je suis allé, the passé composé, another example of a compound tense. Let's look at the use of the plus-que-parfait. So the equivalent tense in English, as we've noted, is the pluperfect tense. Here are some examples. I had eaten, he had left, she had already arrived. So also a compound tense in English. The plus-que-parfait is used to express an action or event that happened before another action or event in the past. So we've got two events in the past. One happened before the other one. Here's an example of what that would look like in a sentence. Elle était déjà partie quand je suis arrivée. Now the first past event is in purple and it's been written in the plus-que-parfait. The second event is in green and it's been written in the passé composé. So this sentence translates to, she had already left when I arrived. Plus-que-parfait, purple. Passé composé, green. So the plus-que-parfait is in expressing an event that happened before another event in the past. We can actually look at this concept on a timeline. So, elle était déjà partie quand je suis arrivée. So let's imagine that this line, this arrow is our timeline, and the time is moving forward. We've got our event or action in the plus-que-parfait. Elle était déjà partie. And then we have our other action in the passé composé. Je suis arrivée. So imagine, for example, that this woman had already left at 9 p.m. and then I arrived at 9:15. So we can clearly see that the event that we've used the plus-que-parfait to express, this past event, happened before the other event because she left in this hypothetical situation at 9 p.m. and the other person arrived at 9:15. So the plus-que-parfait is expressing a past action or event that happened before another past action or event. So exactly the same as in English. I had already left, she had already left when I arrived. Now there are a few other examples of how we can use the plus-que-parfait. We're not going to go into a great deal of depth about them now, but I'll note them. So we can see the plus-que-parfait exists in something called indirect or reported speech. So indirect or reported speech, an example in English would be something like, he said that he had eaten lunch. Or this one that I've got in French and in English. Il a dit que j'avais perdu ma tête. He said that I had lost my mind. So here we've got a situation where somebody's speech is being reported in a sentence. So you can imagine that originally he said, "You've lost your mind." Il a dit que j'avais perdu ma tête. He said that I had lost my mind. And we can also see that the plus-que-parfait can be used in some complex hypothetical statements or C clauses. Here's an example. Si je l'avais su, je n'aurais jamais dit la vérité. If I had known, I would never have told the truth. All right. Prenez vos stylos.